Let's talk about it. Real truth and power. Health. Wealth. Knowledge of self. Uplifting the community. Let's talk about it.
All right, welcome to the Real Truth and Power Live podcast. We got a phenomenal guest, Miss LATRICE WOODHOUSE. She is an artist. We're going to be talking about the importance of art in the Black community. As you know, let's start the show and let's get into it.
You are now tuned in to Real Truth and Power, the show that uplifts the community with health, wealth, and knowledge of self. Here's your host, Everett Winchester.
All right, man, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We have another powerful guest. We're going to be talking to Miss LATRICE WOODHOUSE about the importance of art, artists in the Black community, our culture, and everything else. So let me bring her in and let's start the show off with a good tribute to her. Hold on one second. Let me see if she's still there. All right, let's bring in LATRICE. All right, I'm blessed to bring in my guest, Miss LATRICE WOODHOUSE. How you doing today, my sister?
I'm doing fine, bro. I'm doing really fine, Everett, and thank you, brother.
Not a problem at all. Please give the people a brief description about yourself, your history, and things you're doing right now.
Well, my name is Connie Woodhouse. I go by LATRICE. That's my artist name. And I'm a mother, grandmother. I'm a child of the Creator, true living God, creator of all, and I like sharing. I'm diverse. I love life. I love life. I like to, be more active in what's going on and what I am doing. And I enjoy art. I enjoy colors. I enjoy art from all forms, like music, doing it, So, yeah, that's me.
All right. So I know you have some phenomenal paintings you're doing. First, I just want to talk about where'd you get that gift for art? Where did that come from? Were you inspired by somebody, or was it just in you were born with it?
I was born with it when I was little, and my dad was in the service of. My dad was stationed over in Germany, and I was in the second grade. And the teacher had put us all into groups and go up there and draw and stuff, do your little thing. And I drew this phenomenal frog. And it just messed her up. It really just messed her up. And she's like, wow. And so the next day she called my mom. My mom went up to the school and everything. She's like, your daughter got something here. And so that's how it all started, with something in me. And I always, as a little girl, always was fascinated with looking at books with pictures in it, with colors and different details and everything. And for some odd reason, I came across this book that was from India, and the people were blue. And I was like, wow, this is different. So I was just fascinated. I always been fascinated with colors and different shapes and styles.
Oh, man, that's interesting. A book from India where the people were blue. That's a new one for me. I want to ask you something real quick, because I believe art is like artistry, painting, like you said, music, things like that. I think that is something that we're lacking as far as in the school system and stuff. I mean, they had like maybe an art class or anything, but just speak upon that a little bit about, how we need to get more activities or maybe more things out for our youth to get involved in as far as, art.
And you know what? You are right about that, because you know what? It is lacking. It is lacking very hard, because our children are losing interest, because when you have academic classes And a lot of children, because I was one of them children, I wasn't joining to everything that the teacher was saying because a lot of it I did not get. So art was a form of me escaping, because I would doodle in the books or what have you, because some of the things that they were saying wasn't catching my attention. And I think that if a lot of art and different instruments can be implicated for our children to get that, it would help them to develop in their growth as far as education. It'll help them to be more, rounded off in society, because that is an expression of their selves. And I truly believe that is really needed. And I have a problem when it comes down, because I used to work in the educational form, and I had a lot of suppression because I was seeing what was going on. It's a lot of overhead. There's a lot of overhead where I felt that the expenditures were going instead of into the school where the children needed. Because you look at the overhead, you have X amount of dollars going. I'm going to use this for instance. You got I'm going to use $1,000 for each child. Each child get $1,000. By the time that child get that $1,000 that's supposed to get to them, you're looking at $1. So we got a problem right there.
Oh, right.
We have a problem right there. And so I feel that if some things can be reformed, because when I was young, some schools did have in place after school activities, where a child can go in there and do their thing, draw, even play music.
Right.
Because that was enhancing them, bringing them out of a lot of things that were suppressing them, because there, as a child, there's a lot to carry on, because you're trying to figure out who you are. Right. You really are. And trying to have an impression of yourself is very hard, because you have so many people around you that you're trying to emulate, trying to be like or what have you. And finding yourself is hard being a child, even sometimes as an adult. So, I think it's strongly needed that we do need some type of art form in the school system, even if it's after school, they have something going on, so the kids can stay out of trouble, enhance, grow, and share, be themselves.
That's right. I know a lot of times, I think as far as extracurricular activities that I see, it may be a couple of dance classes, you have your sports programs, but, it has to be something that, for artists, I believe, a musician or something where they could do after school to even take their, career, their mind even further. So that was interesting that you said that, especially about, like you said, 1,000 and then $1. That was very powerful right there.
Yes, because it really just, I'm not gonna lie. There's times that I sat up in meetings, I was just blown away. I was flabbergasted. I was like, and excuse my French, I was like, what the hell is going on? What is really going on here? Am I missing something?
Right.
I'm like, I'm sitting in this circle with all these people that's supposed to be so prominent to help, and I'm like, something ain't right. And I did this for some years. And I had to step back out. I had to step out. I really did, because I felt that I was losing myself. And I shouldn't have to lose myself when I'm trying to do something that I feel in my heart that is right, to help the next generation to step up and to be, a positive to the community, a positive to society, So, there was some corners that I did not like stepping into.
Right. Well, let me switch gears real quick. I want to talk a little bit about what you do as far as being an artist. I have a couple of, you probably can't see, I have a couple of your paintings and your, your artwork on display while we're speaking. Talk about some of the things that you're doing as far as with your art and how you're sharing that around for the people.
Well, you know what? Some years ago, I've been doing it off and on all my life, but some years ago, it came back to me. And I can remember in 2004,
Mm-hmm.
the first time I had a showing was the Ebony Fashion Show downtown Tacoma, you know, and I was like, whoa. And I had so many different reactions from good to bad. And I had to, what I did, I stopped. I did because I did not know how to, accept people for who they are, you
Right.
know, and I really didn't because I took it personal. But now where I'm at, I really don't care because I'm doing it for me. And
Right.
it's something that I really enjoy doing. And it's something that all my paintings is an expression of me, expression how I feel. When I'm doing it, this is me. I get into my own little world. It gets into my head and it just goes. And it's like, so I enjoy doing me. And it took a while for me to accept this is who Connie is. And the Lord told me one day, he's like, who are you doing it for? I gave you a gift. I
Right.
didn't give them that gift. Who are you doing this for? You know? And I was like, whoa. And that just pierced my heart. I was like, oh, okay. And ever since then, I just been going with it. And I share with I have been been to different places where I have shared in different towns or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And got a lot of good response or what have you. And sometimes it is very hard being who I am and doing what I am to get it out there.
Right.
But I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing because it's something that I love. I don't care if I have a million paintings that I have done and it doesn't all go. I don't care because I'm loving what I'm doing. It's
Right.
my expression. It's me.
It's interesting you
I
said
hope
that.
that answered your question.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting that you said that when you saw, and that was good advice for young artists. Um, I was talking, actually, I told you I had a friend that's an artist, brother Ernest Shaw, and I was
Uh-huh.
talking to another friend about him, and he was saying, Ernest thinks differently because he's an artist. And it's funny about what you said. You're not worried about what people think of your paintings. It's an expression of you. I think sometimes people lose that insight when they're young artists. They're afraid to put out their work because they don't want to be disrespected or made fun of. And I'm glad that you said that. This is something from me, my creativity. You may not understand it or like it, and it may not be for you, but it's your expression. And I believe that in watching your work, you have some phenomenal expression.
Well, thank you. And you know what? When I was young, that what you just said did happen to me because I was letting people dictate who I was instead of finding Connie, finding Latrice, finding who I am. And by having other people dictate to me, it took away a lot. And I
Right.
had to really, really grow. And I had to really find out it's not about people. It's about pleasing myself and then going out to the people.
Right. Wow, that's very interesting. You got a lot of powerful insight. If it was a young artist, just in general, would they be able to reach out to you just to get some advice? Would that be okay?
That'd be no problem at all because you know what? I had to go through it and I'm willing to help somebody else to get through it because you know what? It can be very challenging because it's not just the physical, it's the mental. It is really the mental state, because being a young artist, they have their challenges. And for all the young artists, do your thing. Don't worry about what people are saying. Just do you, because that is an expression of you. That
Right.
is putting it out there because, see, all of us have a gift, each
Mm-hmm.
and every last one of us. And if you have that gift, use it because, see, I'm tired. This is where I'm at far as our brothers and sisters, I'm tired of us being so suppressed when we got all these gifts that we can bring to the table and show them off to the world.
Right.
And that's what we need to do. And we need to stop stepping on one another and stop being crabs in a bucket and let each other just embrace and be free. That's where I'm at with it.
Right. Now, talk a little bit about your artwork itself. What kind of art you do and you know, what gives you, I know you talked about where you get your motivation from, but what kind of things inspire you to create artwork?
I'm gonna be honest with you, a little everything, especially our brothers and sisters. I love our culture. I
That's right.
really do. Cause you know what? We are funky, we're upbeat, we're loving. You know, we are spiritual. We're deep. We are
Yeah.
really deep, and that's where it comes from. Cause when I see our brothers and sisters, my children, my grandchildren, I'm looking at that history. I'm looking at a reflection of our ancestors. So I'd be like, I'm going to throw this out here, you know,
Right.
and I'm feeling this, you know, wherever it goes and wherever it takes me, because see, I'm in my little domain. This is my art room, my little space right here, and I got stuff that I don't even show people because that's my personal or my mistakes, but I like it. That's
Right.
me, you know. And so, yeah, I get it from our ancestors. I'm inspired by our ancestors, and what I mean from my ancestors, all the way back up until now, you know, because I come across some of powerful people, and they're not even famous, but just the wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
just the encouragement of words, you know, and I have learned so much from that. And so I just put it down on what I see, you know, and I do. And I just, if I feel like my husband, he'd be like, wow, you all messy and everything, but that's me. I'm like a big kid when I get into the paint. I'm not lying. That's me. If I feel like I want to rub paint on my shirt or what have you, my pants or what, that is just me. I love it. I
Right.
truly do, because that's my expression. That's me. I feel like a big kid. And you know what? As I'm saying that, because we are God's kids.
That's right.
We are. We are. We have our days. We have our tantrums. We have our fits. But you know what? We have our love too. And I thank God for that, because all of it's inspired by what He has given me. And so it's my history. It's our history. That's me. That's where I get it from. I get it from my ancestors. And yeah.
Wow, that was a powerful answer, because I think another reason why it's real important to have art, maybe after school programs or community centers or rec centers, like you said, more into the school and just a class, is because of that. It's our culture. I just recently did my African ancestry, got my results, and it broke down the tribes I was in, and I started researching the tribes. Some of the tribes are famous for like a tiki, certain mask, some of them for certain art, some of them for certain drums. So it was just very heartfelt that you said that, because I think as we got colonialized here in America, we don't understand our true culture. We think it's like a lot of barbaric or raw or, you know, uncultural things, but artists, we pretty much are founders of that. So that was deep, what you said right there.
Well, you know, because it's true, because you know what? I am a firm believer. A closed mind will not get fed. And you know what? It's up to us to educate ourselves, because you know what? We're not going to get it all. But you know, the more you know, the less control. The less
Right.
you know, the more control. And so it's up to us, because there's a lot of tools out here for us to grasp onto. There's really no excuse. But at the same time, when you got children that are broken, and it's hard to reach out to them, you know, because they have been through so much, you know, that they're afraid. They are afraid for someone to get close to them or say something, because they do not know how they're going to be perceived, how they're going to be judged. And I asked my question, how can we fix that problem? You know, because they are so broken. And that's why a lot of them go out here and do some of the stupidest, craziest things that they do,
That's right.
you know, because they don't know how to they do not know how to do it. They don't know how to go about it. And they don't want to be judged if they ask. So how do we fix that? Because that is one of our main things. And I have noticed in our society, if we do not fix that, it's just getting bigger and bigger, that wound is. So we need to close it and, you know, sew that wound up. So how do we fix that?
Wow, man. If you're just tuning in, I have my sister LATRICE WOODHOUSE. She's an artist. She's dropping some powerful game for everybody. So please hit that like, share, and subscribe on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. I appreciate you. I want to go a little deeper into your artwork. I know you're busy. I don't want to hold you up too long, but you got a lot of different creative pieces. I was watching my man DJ J Prime. He had one like over the sofa, then he had one somewhere else. So you do a lot of things that's for the homes as well. Just talk about some of the paintings and artwork that you do for houses, or how people can use them if they want to decorate and things of that nature.
Well, when a client asks me a specific thing, I would like DJ Prime, he said, I'm a DJ. I would like for you to do me a piece because I saw something out there that you were doing and I liked it. And so what I had to do, I had to draw back, I had to meditate, and I had to really think on that, because I said, this is something different for me. But I said, you know what, I'm up to the challenge. So I meditated, and I had to put myself in the frame of that client, because I say, well, the music scene, you got different things. And I didn't want it to be so, how can I say it? I didn't want it to be so misunderstood that he didn't catch it, so
Right.
I pulled it together, and I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth. I prayed up on it. Prayed up on it like I did with a lot of them, just prayed up on it. And it just got the flowing. It just got I was like, thank you, dear Lord. It just started flowing, So with another client that I had too, for their living room, I did a piece, and I think I sent it to you. And it's with the man and the woman. It's like a yellowish piece, and it's very simple. Okay. And it's just the lines going through it. One person is one way and the other person is the other way. And it's just a simple piece, but they loved it, Right. So it's just what I feel and putting it out there for others to enjoy. So when somebody asks me, I have to go into a meditation and I have to think and get with it. Because one thing I have learned and I'm learning, if I can't do it, I'm not going to do it for you.
Right.
Because I'm not going to put myself in that position, and I'm not going to lose sleep trying to, no, that's not me, because it's got to come from me, because if I can't do it, I can't do it.
No, that's interesting. Sorry to cut you off, my sister, but that was interesting because I thought he selected artwork that you did. So you'll go out and try to be creative and create artwork for people that are interested in buying stuff. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
He requested that, so I did it.
Wow. See, I didn't even know that. So that's definitely more powerful.
It.
Man, that's definitely more powerful. So people can actually contact you and give you a little bit about themselves and stuff.
Right.
And you could create a personal piece that's just for them.
Exactly. Wow. And those are his personal pieces just for him. So yeah, but if I cannot do it, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not. Because see, number one, I'm not going to disrespect the customer and then disrespect myself. Mm-hmm. Because I want them to be happy and content with the product, and that's a part of me. That product is me going out that door. So I want them to be content and happy with it. So, if Connie says she can't do it, can't do it. Tree says she can't do it, she can't do it. So I'm not going to do it. But if I can do it, hey, we got it. Because see, when DJ Prime says, he said, can you do this for me or what have you? And I said, yeah. And then a week later, I called him back. I said, I tell you what, I'm going to do 2 pieces for you. I said, that way you can choose what you want. He liked both of them. Right. There you go.
Yeah, I saw both of them. They were nice, man. He was stunting, posting on Facebook and everything. He's like, yeah, I like this. Everybody was like, good. So I said, I got to interview this sister. She got some good work. Please, if somebody wants to contact you to see your artwork, to talk to you, like you said, if they want to get some advice or they want to buy some pieces, where could they drop your website for me real quick?
Okay, my website is Contagious Art, TAGIOSU. I mean TIO. Sorry about that.
You good? It's gonna be on the screen. You good? I got you. I got you covered.
Sorry about that, bro.
No, it's on the screen. You good?
Okay, contagiousart.com, and then my website, nanakanaw@gmail.com. And you can call me at area code 253-431-6511. Yep, hit me up.
Wow. Go ahead.
Now, I have a question for you, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you like about the pieces that you saw of my art?
Well, first of all, they stood out. And I know you're going to think it's crazy, but one of the things I like is it attracted me by like different colors and things of that nature straight off the bat. So I like something that stands out, like, there, for example, not to go overboard with it. Let's say it was a picture of the First Supper, and you see it, you have to know that story. But sometimes when looking at art, like you say, some things just attract to you, the symbol, maybe how the color looks, the art and things of that nature. So it already just stood out to me with something that caught my attention. And then as I started looking at it, and just watching how it flowed and how he presented it on his wall, it just caught my eye. Like, that's like phenomenal artwork. But, that's just me looking at things. I'm not a connoisseur of artwork, you know what I mean? But I definitely liked it from there. And then I started looking at the other artwork that you do, and it sets apart because it seems like it's something you could tell your style. Though the artwork, though each piece of artwork is different, it has a certain feel of your style that you could tell is in you and from you. So that's what I really liked about it. If that makes sense.
You. And it does make sense because you know what? I'm a colorful person. Mm-hmm. I am. That's just my personality. And it took me a long time to accept my personality, and I'm loving it.
And it goes back to our conversation where we were talking about. I believe you said when you got into art and you got a book. Was it from India with blue people?
Yeah, when I was little, it was from India. Mm-hmm. From India, and it was blue people. Right. It was blue people, But
and that was funny you said that because that stuck with you, like color, yes. Blue people. Right. You'll be surprised at how little things like that draw us to art, and how but you have to talk to somebody about it and research it. You know what I mean? I think that is one of the greatest things that you said is people need to have, like, I guess, a mentor, someone if they feel they have creative art that they can go and express it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly, because it is greatly needed, like you said, with our youth. Because I thank God for my challenges that I had to go through, because if I did not go through them, I wouldn't be where I'm at or who I am right now. Right. So it helped me to, be appreciative, respectful, and to know how to, be respected to my peers and my brothers and sisters. So it's just a learning, trying to be more wise with my decisions and the things that I do. And I want that for our children, our brothers and sisters, and I really do, because like I said, we have so much to offer. Mm-hmm. We really do. We have so much, and it just blows my mind, because it goes back to our young brothers and sisters out there that are struggling and feeling that the streets is calling. No, don't let that enemy do that to you. Don't let them do that to you, because you know what? You're better than that. You're better than that, and we're way better than that. And I'm, like I said, the suppression, them chains are breaking. Mm-hmm. Those chains are breaking. And you know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Well, Sister LATRICE, I got to thank you for giving us some good vibes and some positive energy on the show as always. Before you go, I'd just like for you to just drop any advice or other advice, because you've been dropping so much, just on anybody that's just interested in becoming an artist that may be a little nervous or, unsure or scared to put their artwork out there in their expression. I know you touched up on it, but could you just finish out with a powerful message for that?
I sure can. You know what? For those who are afraid, you're sitting up in your mind, you want to do it, but if I do it, they might not like it. Take that chance. Take that chance. Step up and step out on self. Step up and step out on self. Don't worry about what people are saying. Just do you. Do you. And you will be surprised, because you know what? Just because one person don't like it, somebody else will. Because everything is not for everybody, but there's somebody out there that will appreciate it. Just like I don't like okra, my husband like okra.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? To each his own.
Exactly.
To each his own. So
Exactly.
you know what? There's somebody out there that will appreciate. Just put your stuff out there. Young people, please put your stuff out there, because you will be very surprised, because somebody else out there is going through the same thing that you're going through, and show them that you can do it. Show them that you're stepping out of it. So yeah, that's my advice.
Wow, that is powerful. Thank you so much, my sister. Thanks for giving me a little bit of time to just share you with our family and you to drop the knowledge, and also to have the artwork on display. I know you can't see it, but we got your pictures showing, and I got your website and everything on. So everybody, hopefully we can get some hits, and we definitely going to promote it for you.
Okay. Once we're done, can you hit me up? Because I want to get my family plugged in. I do.
Definitely.
I got to get my peeps up in here and because what I mean by my family, that's my brothers and sisters scattered all across, and I want them to be a part of it. Okay.
Definitely, and thank you so much again for all the words and for you giving us the time.
Okay, hit me up, because I might have something for you, bro. A little personal.
Oh,
okay.
I got you. Thank you so much. All right, man. That was our sister, LATRICE Woodhouse. She is a phenomenal artist, and we need to get more culture. We need to get more culture, more arts, crafts, things of that nature. We have to understand we created a lot of these things from ancient Kemet on throughout history. So we have to get back to knowing our true self and empowering ourselves. And one of the things is about art. It's a way of expression, and it's culture. Want to talk about some future shows real quick. We will be interviewing the CEOs of Cavani Apparel. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. As you can see over here, this is some of the gear. They are from the West Coast, so we want to shoot a plug out to them. We're always trying to support Black-owned. Shout out to my man Kenny McGee, who has another clothing line that's definitely nice. We're going to be talking a lot about clothing lines this week. But of course, we want to support Black-owned artists, and this is another clothing line, Black-owned businesses. This is another clothing line that we definitely want to support, and we want you guys to start buying. And all the things that are going on in the world, we got to start having a couple of things. It's political power, so we have to use our vote wisely and start demanding from the politicians when we elect them in office, because the black vote does swing. So we need political power, and along with political power comes economic power, and you can't get that by supporting everybody else and not supporting your own. So I'm not saying throw away your Jordans. I love Jordans. I love Jordans, but I'm also saying buy Black-owned and support Black-owned as well. And that will build more businesses. My brother Omar Muhammad, shout out to him. He's always saying to me, if you're black, 9 out of 10 times, if you have a business, you're going to hire people around you, which are probably black. So we need to start incorporating that and empowering ourselves with Black-owned businesses. And the start is supporting vintage clothing apparel. My man Kenny McGee, Black-owned. You can get some Real Truth and Power gear if you like. We have a lot of businesses out there that are doing great things. So we want to just support them. And again, shout out to this powerful sister, LATRICE. Man, peace and blessings, Brother Calloway. I got to get with you. Peace and blessings. But, you know, we want to shout out our sister LATRICE. Promote her. Buy some art, man. You know, educate your kids on art. Even if it's a little small piece of art, we just need it in our life. You know what I mean? We need to start building our culture back up. It's not always about sports. You know, I love sports. If it's not about basketball, football, baseball, anything, you can play an instrument. You could be an artist. We are so talented as people. We're smart. So it's more than just, you know, our athletic and our physical ability. We are powerful people, and we have to promote that. Also, I want to make sure you guys know to subscribe to the Collective Black People Movement. You know, we are creating a black network. So, of course, I want you guys to subscribe to Real Truth and Power on YouTube. But also, it's going to be more shows on the Collective Black People Movement on YouTube. So, please go to the Collective Black People Movement. Hit the like and subscribe and the alert bell. You're going to find my show. You're going to find AC Fun Time, my brother AC. And what he's doing is he's going to take a lot of the shows on there and make a powerful master show. So you'll get bits and pieces of podcasts from all over the country, including Real Truth and Power. So we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Also, this weekend, Brother Jay Rich, you know he likes to tackle controversial topics. And he has a powerful show coming up, my co-host. He's going to be talking about sanctuaries for black people. Where are they? If we're getting abused and killed by police, where can we go to get sanctuary? So we're going to be talking about that, among other things. So we got a busy schedule. Man, we are really growing. So definitely check out the collectiveblackpeople.org. It's a phenomenal network if you're looking for black-owned businesses or whatever the case may be. I'm almost out of here. Follow us. Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio. We are rolling, man, and we're doing phenomenal things. And again, get your Real Truth and Power gear, Garvey, the hats, health, wealth, knowledge, to self shirts, whatever you want to do to just rock your culture and represent yourself. My man Ernest Shaw, that's my brother. He always says symbols, They mess with you because, it defines things that we look at. And we talked about that on the show about the Redskins changing their name with Brother Jay Rich, and Ernest Shaw called up. We have to start wearing symbols, ideas, concepts that represent us as a people. And that makes us more spiritual. So, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Man, another great show. If you know any black-owned businesses that need exposure, tell them, hit me up, man. All it takes is one sale, one person to support the movement and to build our economic value. It starts with one, that one person refers another, and that's how we build. So we're not trying to give all of these businesses thousands and thousands of sales. We just want to uplift and enlighten one person. And that one person leads to someone else. So definitely check out the Collective Black People Movement.org. Check out the YouTube channel, Real Truth and Power, and the Collective Black People Movement on YouTube. We got a lot of great things coming up, and thank you guys so much for supporting the show. We bless. I really mean that, and we are out of here, man. Thank you again for tuning in. It's been another great show, and hey, this weekend we're going to be getting it busy, so you guys got to stay tuned. I'm out of here. Hotep. Learn yourself.
Real truth and power, health, wealth, knowledge of self, uplifting the community.
New headphones,
Let's
Bob
talk
Marley.
about it.
Black owned, baby. Hotep.
Real truth and power.
Thank you for tuning into the Real Truth and Power Live podcast,
Wealth,
where we provide health, wealth, and
knowledge of self, uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.